I wash my face with soap on the face.
Our skin is actually,
which is a substance that gives acne scars. Studies show that things, wrinkles,
your Redovitas, and you are watching part 2 of the sunscreen series, which is all about...
Huwag kayong judgy guys ha. It's still me. Kilala pa rin naman ako ng iPhone Face ID ko. But, just looking more rested and fresh. So in my last episode, sinagot natin yung tanong na ano ba yung mga ginawa ko from 4 to 5 years ago until now for me to look like this. I started, of course, with talking about my skincare products and how I was able to determine, I would say, the right products, ingredients, and order for my skin to look like this. Pero guys, seryosong usapan to. I have to be honest with you. Even if you're using the best skincare products and ingredients, even if you are consistent with your skincare routine, meron talaga mga skincare issues na hindi na talaga kaya ng skincare products alone. And that's why I had to do in-clinic treatments and procedures na ginagawa ko pa rin hanggang ngayon. So, simulan natin. Yung unang-unang concern na napansin ko talaga because I'm a very expressive person. Magkikwento lang ako, talagang tumataas yung kilay ko, kumukulot yung face ko. And can you imagine if ganun ako since I was in my teenage years until now that I'm 40 plus, syempre, all those movements, all those lines, magkakreate siya ng creases, diba? So, yung unang-una ko talagang in-address, I remember this very vivid. I was in my first year residency. Ano pa ako noon? Virgin face, I haven't tried anything yet. And we were having like a botulinum toxin workshop. Ang problema, yung patient na naka-assign for that particular day, hindi siya nakapasok. I don't know, I think umulan or na-traffic or whatever. And then, yung lecturer namin, parang sabi niya, oh, who among you? Parang is very expressive or have lines, ganyan. And it just so happened to be me. Kasi nga dati, magkikwento lang ako talagang grabe, very expressive. And in fact, at that time, I was already forming like fine lines or faint lines lang where the creases form. So, kumbaga, ako yung naging subject. And what happens kasi is when you inject botulinum toxin to the muscles that move, it won't make or they won't make the movements anymore. So, mape-prevent niya yung formation ng permanent lines. So, lagi akong tinatanong ng mga pasyente ko, Doc, anong age ba dapat mag-start mag-inject ng botulinum toxin? For those of you who don't know, botulinum toxin injections, they paralyze your muscles so that they don't move anymore. For me, I don't really base it on age. I base it on the muscle activity. Kasi meron ako mga pasyente in their 50s and 60s, I don't even inject botulinum toxin kasi hindi naman gumagalaw yung mukha nila eh. But even if you're in your mid to late 20s, if you feel that your face is very expressive and talagang ganun ka na, and down the line, if you continue to do that, you'll have permanent lines, then I will do botulinum toxin injections on you. So I remember at that time, they injected my glabellar lines dito, yung frown lines ko, and then my forehead. During that time, wala pa akong lines dito. So ito lang yung treat nila. But ngayon, nag-i-inject na ako ng botulinum toxin injections here because when I smile, yung guhit talagang hanggang dito. Ano pa yung dumagdag? In the last 4 years, I also started injecting my chin. Ngayon kasi syempre di mo nakikita kasi naka-toxin yan. But there came a time kasi na when I would watch my videos, talagang kumukuluntoy siya. Talagang very siya active and it makes my skin, alam mo yun, parang wrinkly here. And then, I also started injecting my neck. So, we have a muscle here, the platysma muscle, that kasi diba syempre, I always talk, ganyan, I'm very expressive, nagte-tense din yung muscles ko here. So, I also inject my platysmal band so that hindi siya masyadong, alam mo yung nakagano. Syempre ngayon, wala kasi nag-inject din ako ng toxin. So, that was the very first in-clinic treatment that I did. So, ngayon, makikita mo, wala akong lines. If I did not have botulinum toxin injections at that time, I would probably have permanent lines here, and then here already because it's been almost 20 years. Second na ginawa ko ay na-try ko are laser toning treatments. So laser toning treatments, I use that to address pigmentation. Di ba kunento ko sa inyo na beginning my, I would say, early 30s to late 30s after giving birth to my 2 kids, talagang may mga lumabas na pigmentation on my cheeks. So I did laser toning to address my uneven skin tone. And dati, hindi ko alam kung may nakapansin before, but I had pigmentation here. And trinit ko yon with a Q-switch and Diag laser. So ngayon, you don't see them anymore. Apart from that, because nga nung bata tayo, di naman tayo nagsa-sun protection, I also had broken capillaries here sa cheeks ko. In fact, meron ako dating color greenish blue na vein dito na every time may makakita sa akin, sasabihin, Doc, may ballpen ka. Hindi nga ballpen yan. Sabihin ko sa kanila, hindi ballpen yan. It's really a vein. So, until sobrang na siya naging prominent that I decided to have it removed. So, to remove my broken capillaries and veins on my face, I had to do a vascular laser treatment. It's a little bit painful, pero the veins disappear in 1 to 2 sessions lang. And after that, napansin ko din, di ba merong time talaga na sobrang pumayat talaga ako. I don't know if it's stress. I think it was during the pandemic because when I would go out in the morning, nakamask ako, tapos makakakain ako gabi na. So I really lost a lot of weight. I noticed that my temples were sunken. Medyo lumubog talaga yung temples ko. And then, yung eye area ko talaga sobrang lubog talaga siya. So, fillers injected in those areas. So, I remember, I think it was in 2022, nagpalagay ako ng filler here. And actually ngayon, okay pa naman siya. I don't think I need it yet. Oh, I forgot to mention. One more thing that I also did, I think that was in my early 30s, are masseter muscle injections. So kung papansin mo, yung mga photos ko from 2017 to 2018, medyo squarish pa yung face ko. I don't know if makakahanap tayo ng photos. Tinapon ko na yata lahat ng mga pictures ko. Hindi, joke lang. But I had a squarish face before. It was because I would grind my teeth at night. It's called bruxism. Ang nakapansin, sa totoo lang nakapansin yung husband ko. Kasi sometimes pag tulog kami, narinig doon niya parang may ganun na nangyayari. And I would be grinding my teeth. And kaya malaki yung muscles ko. So it gave me a squarish face. So starting from, I think, I started injecting, siguro mga 2018, 2019, I started injecting my masseter muscles. So, ngayon, di na ako nag-grind ng teeth. And yung consequence kasi nun is, it makes square faces more V-shaped. So, that's probably why I have a small face now because of that. I continue to do it. I used to do it every 4 to 5 months. Pero, nasanay na din yung masseter muscles ko. So, I only do it now twice a year, every 6 to 7 months or so. And ang magandang consequence nun, also for me, because yung masseter muscles mo are your muscles of mastication. You use it to chew, together with your temporalis muscles. Lumiit ito, pero lumaki yung dito ko. So that's why I don't need to keep doing filler injections on my temple. So hindi na siya sunken. Dati talaga sobrang lubog siya. And then, speaking of rejuvenation, syempre, as we get older, there are some structures on our face also that, you know, parang sort of deflate and shrink. And one of them, yung lips ko. So, I had lip fillers. I had 2 sessions of lip filler injections already. Actually, 3 na pala. 3 sessions of lip filler injections. I started, I think that was 2022. And then, pina-retouch ko siya ng 2023 and then 2024. So, I don't like my lips to look super big. Like, ayoko naman ng parang ganun. But as I got older, I really noticed na numipis talaga yung lips ko. Kasi alam naman natin, we have subcutaneous tissue on our lips and nagbabago rin yung structure ng jawbone natin. So, medyo parang I don't know, went inwards. But when I put a little bit of filler, medyo naging youthful looking din siya and it's not as wrinkly as before. My tear trough, it used to bother me a lot before. So I had filler injected in that area. Kaya lang, ang problema kasi with some filler injections on me, especially when I use the less robust fillers, medyo mabilis siyang mawala. So I remember the very first time I had my tear trough injected, sobrang di ako nag-concealer for mga 3 months. But then actually, after that, it gradually decreased. So right now, I am exploring a new injectable treatment made from pure collagen. I haven't tried it yet. I'm going to try it siguro sometime this year. Ang maganda kasi doon, it builds up your collagen through time. So you don't have to keep injecting the same amount every year. So usually with that treatment, you start with injections maybe 3 times a year and then the next year twice na lang and then once a year na lang. Kasi it builds collagen in this area. So babalitaan ko kayo when I start having that treatment done. Another treatment that I like doing, energy-based devices to heat the dermis. So the one that I do is RF microneedling in combination with a 1927 nanometer thulium laser to address the dermis. So ang ginagawa ng RF microneedling, it inserts needles into my skin and it delivers RF energy into the dermis to cause collagen contraction and eventually sort of tightening the skin. So, ang ginagawa ko siya whole face and neck twice a year. And then I follow it up with the thulium laser. The thulium laser naman is a subablative resurfacing treatment which addresses fine lines and wrinkles, large pores, and then yung mga blotchy pigmentation. Kasi meron pa rin ako natitirang pigmentation from my youthful years wherein I wasn't applying sunscreen. And what else pa ba do I do? Oh yeah, I also get in-clinic facials. Siguro I do it once every 8 weeks. So, makikita niyo meron akong video na ginawa na facials are not necessary. Kasi sa totoo lang, hindi naman siya super kailangan. Pero, if you want like deep, thorough cleansing, kasi iba na yung mga facial machines ngayon eh. Dahil nga, medyo nag-advance na yung technologies in machines. The facials nowadays, they're not just, there to clean your skin. Marami na silang technology. Some microdermabrasion ngayon, they use silicone tips so that it's not, as abrasive and not as aggressive on the skin. They also like to infuse. They could infuse a lot of like nutrients and ingredients. Some facial machines have ultrasound. Some have microcurrent. So, iba na yung mga facial treatments ngayon compared to before. So, kumbaga dati, hindi ako mahilig. Ngayon, I do facials every 8 weeks. So, that would be like mga 3 to 4 times a year. And minsan actually 3 times a year lang. But that's something that I also do. Kasi syempre, yung mga ginagawa ng machines, hindi naman natin magagawa at home. Another treatment that I've started doing in 2023 are skin hydration injectables. So, syempre, di ako pwede magpangalan ng brands here. But essentially, what happens is that these injectables are injected into your skin. And pwede siyang different points, pwede siyang maraming points, pwede rin via cannula. So, it is deposited in your dermis or subcutaneous tissue to stimulate collagen production, elastin, to give hydration, and to deliver nutrients into the skin. Ito kasi mga injectables na to, they are best paired with energy-based device kasi kumbaga, kung nagtatanim ka ng halaman, yung soil, yung skin mo, naglagay ka ng mga fertilizers and nutrients para pag gumawa ka ng treatment or nagplant ka ng seed, pag tubo ng halaman, very healthy siya and very good yung response ng skin mo to the treatment. So, having said all of these treatment, guys, I'm not saying that all of you should do what I do. Hindi. Kasi, iba-iba talaga tayo ng skin. Pero ibang patients ang concern talaga nila acne scars. So, they would have to do a totally different set of treatments to address that concern. Meron naman mga patients, ang concern nila are excess subcutaneous tissue. So, marami silang fat in this area, marami silang fat there. So, iba din yung gagawin nilang treatments. Meron ng mga patients na sobrang obvious na ng jowls, sobrang obvious na ng marionette lines, and then yung nasolabial fold. So, again, these set of patients will have to do another kind of treatment or different kinds of treatments. What I'm trying to say is that importante talaga na ma-assess yung skin mo, malaman mo kung ano yung concerns mo, what bothers you, and what treatments you can do for those concerns. And if you're asking me, Doktora, ano ba yan? Once ko lang gagawin or kailangan tuloy-tuloy? Actually, iba-iba. With botulinum toxin injections, because they're not permanent, you would really have to do it, I would say, every 3 to 6 months, depending on your muscle activity, depending kung saan mo siya in-inject. Laser treatments, normally, if you're targeting scars, for example, I would recommend that you do a series of 4 to 6. And then pag na-achieve mo na yung gusto mo na skin, you would still have to do maintenance treatment, pero not as often anymore. So, halimbawa, nag 4 to 6 sessions ka ng scar treatment, tapos gumanda yung skin mo. In the coming years, because you still age and you still continue to lose collagen, you will have to maintain that kind of skin by doing the similar treatments but not as often anymore. Minsan once a year na lang or sometimes twice a year para ma-maintain mo. And all of these treatments are personalized and have to be tailored to your needs. And isa pa, your skin needs can change over time. Di ba, remember, sabi ko sa inyo, dati wala naman akong pigmentation, biglang nagkaroon. Dati wala naman akong wrinkles, fine lines, biglang nagkaroon. So, nag-iiba or pwede mo nagdagan yung mga skin treatments na ginagawa ko. From laser toning alone, biglang nag-energy-based device na ako. And ngayon, touch wood, wala pa naman ako masyadong gels, wala pa akong marionette lines, but I'm very sure that in the future, I will develop them. So, my skin procedures or the treatments that I do will also have to change. So, yun, that's why, guys, I really encourage that you consult, find your derma or find a doctor that you really get along with and that you're comfortable, sharing your I don't know, insecurities and skin issues with para ma-address nyo and mabigyan kayo ng tamang recommendations. So guys, tapos na natin pag-usapan yung skincare routine ko, what products I use, and how I was able to develop my skincare routine. And in this video, pinag-usapan na natin kung ano yung mga treatments and procedures that I did and mga ginagawa ko pa rin to rejuvenate my skin. Pero hindi lang kasi yun, guys. There are 2 other aspects that we still can talk about. Number 1 is rejuvenation. So dun sa mga bata pa who want to, minimize the signs of aging or prevent the signs of aging from appearing, and to address yung mga nagsisimula pa lang, pwede natin pag-usapan yon. And the other aspect naman is enhancement. So meron naman mga patients na wala naman talaga silang pressing skin issues, wala pa silang pigmentation, wrinkles, but they want to improve or enhance certain features like, I don't know, their nose, lips, and chin, their eyes maybe. So that's another aspect that we can talk about. So I'm really, really enjoying this series, guys. It's my first time to actually do a tell-all. Parang sinasabi ko talaga sa inyo yung journey ko, yung mga pinagdaanan ko. And it makes me feel a little bit vulnerable, but I like it because I know that, a lot of us are really uncertain and unsure. And dermatologist na ako, guys, ha. Pero pinagdaanan ko pa rin yung mga ganyan. Nag-trial and error pa rin ako. Nagkaroon ako ng skin irritations. Nagkaroon din ako ng mga maling treatments. But the thing is, it's a work in progress always. And ang recommendation ko lang sa inyo is to find a doctor, a practitioner, a dermatologist na komportable ka to really expose yourself and what you really want to happen to your face and your skin. And that doctor will surely help you with what treatments, products, and things you can do to make your skin and face the way that you want it to be. So that's it for this video, guys. Sana may natutunan kayo. Alam ko hindi ko na-discuss yung mga ibang treatments na concern ng ibang tao. But like I said, we wanna keep this series and this conversation going all the time. So kung meron kayong mga treatments or procedures na gusto nyo malaman na hindi ko ginawa sa sarili ko pero gusto nyo pag-usapan natin, please let me know and put them in the comments below. So guys, if you really found this video helpful and educational, entertaining, whatever, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and turn on notifications para laging kayong updated kung mag-upload ako ng bagong video. Bye!